last time you saw this G90 M5 in Storm Bay Metallic was rather stock. It only had the AST lowering springs and it had our PSI mid-pipe. But for BMW Invasion, we transformed the car into what you see here, and I'm gonna walk you through all the pieces to this puzzle for the new G90 and G99 M5s. So the first puzzle piece that we added is the Alpha N front lift. And this is actually a 3-piece splitter that separates to these side pieces and then this center piece. And this really just continues the shape of the front bumper to just be lower and add in that additional carbon touch, which I really like for the front. So as we move to the side of the M5, the first thing you guys are going to notice is, of course, the wheels. And these are the Vossen VPS1 forged. And these have the brush finished with the light transparent smoke, so it's a little bit darker than just a plain brushed wheel. And these are also staggered size like OEM, but they're 1 inch bigger in the front and in the rear. So this is a 21 by 10.5 in the front and a 22 by 11 in the rear. And these have Michelin Super Sport tires. To get rid of the wheel gap, we went with the AST suspension lowering springs, which gets rid of that big gap that these cars have, but it also retains the OEM ESC adjustment and just that comfortable ride that you would receive. As we walk down the side of the car, you'll notice that this is an OEM carbon mirror cover that actually the customer ordered from BMW. The carbon mirror ties in with the other carbon pieces that we've added to the car, and there's 2 more pieces from the Alpha N kit that I wanted to point out. And the first one I'll show you guys is this trunk spoiler, which is a lot more involved than the factory one, which is just a little bump at the back of the trunk. This one ties into the side with these little fangs. Really nice touch for the car, and it pairs well with the matching Alpha N diffuser, which is similar to the shape of the stock, but the stock is more of that gloss black. And if you guys know me, you know I don't like the gloss black because it shows scratches and it just doesn't look finished. So this is a nice carbon finish piece. In a nice pairing with the diffuser, you guys will notice the really large carbon and titanium tips. And that's gonna give away that this has an Akrapovic Evolution exhaust. And this is the first one that's actually from the factory. It's a prototype unit that was sent to us for this car for final testing. And this has, like I pointed out, the round tips. In the future, this is gonna have some square tips, but this is the Evolution, and that means it's the full exhaust all the way from the downpipe all the way back, and it wakes up the car, changes it night and day. And for the final piece to this puzzle, let me go pop the hood. So we've fixed the exhaust note on the M5, but what about that intake noise? And no M car is complete without the addition of an Eventuri intake. This G90 intake has a little bit of differences because a lot of people think, well, this is just a re-engineered F90. On the F90 Eventuri, you actually have scoops that are up here in the grills, and there's a whole opening here that feeds the intake. Well, that's not prevalent on these cars, and it's not here, so they went on a totally different direction with this intake, and it has these side scoops. And these side scoops are able to get more of a smooth flow into the engine. They also allow to have a little bit colder air out here and not heat soaking into the engine bay. And because there's this gap in the hood in this area, it has a nice placement for an open scoop. And the added benefit of the scoop living here is you get a lot more intake and turbo noise inside the cabin, much more than you had on the previous generation. This is the gloss carbon version. It's also available in a matte carbon version as well. And this was a last minute addition to this build, and it's sent from our friends at Eventuri, so we got it on right before BMW Invasion to complete the build. If you guys have any questions on anything I've talked about with the G90s, be sure to hit the link in the subscription, send us an email, give us a call at the shop. This is one of many G90 builds that we've done. There's also a wagon that we've done that we also unveiled for BMW Invasion. We also have a project wagon on the way, and there's also many more upgrades coming for all of these cars, so stay tuned.